holster with my revolver one day just to kind of test it out and see what it worked. So I recommend, like, what's going to happen is if you guys buy a gun, you start carrying it, you're going to have all these different, a drawer full of holsters. Outside the waistband, inside the waistband, shoulder holsters, fanny packs, all this kind of stuff. I would never wear a fanny pack, though, with the gun. All right, that was actually my segue, because one of the things I do want to talk about, too, is 80% of shootings occur in low-light situations. So if we could dim the lights for a second, we're going to kick these off. I want to do a little demo and explain some stuff. And actually, I'm going to have Anthony help me out with this.
Turn those all the way off too? Or you want them all off right
now? Yeah, down. That one too, please. There we go, perfect. There you go. So he's gonna be my bad guy. And I want us to kind of just get used to the darkness for a second too while I explain this. So first off, you can see that cool picture. That's actually me. I was posing for something, for a magazine, for a catalog. But I'm actually doing bad stuff with the gun. You'd never have your gun low like that. I'm also backlit. Like I'm actually going in and all the lights are on behind me. That's bad tactics, FYI, if anyone's looking at the picture and critiquing it. I know that. That's for a catalog. But 80% of shootings occur in low light situations. When do predators come out to prey? At night. When is someone going to break in your house? Usually at night. When are people drunk and acting stupid? Usually at night. So if you have a firearm, I highly recommend you have a flashlight, a good flashlight with it. And you guys have probably seen those big-ass mag lights before, or stream lights, those big ones you can blind people with, you can hit them with it. Those suck. I don't like them. I'm a big fan of these nice small ones, and I'll show you guys more in detail when the lights are back on. But what I want to demo with this is just by having a good flashlight, a lot of times, this is all I have. Because if I'm out, yeah, no pictures. If I'm out, or when I was flying here, I can't take a knife with me on an airplane. I can't take my gun with me, but I can have a flashlight with me. And no one is going to think twice about a flashlight. If I pepper spray someone in the face and I wasn't justified, I can get in trouble. If I stun gun someone, I should have brought all that stuff. I should have pepper sprayed you and stun gun and tasered you. I can get in trouble. But if you shine someone in the eyes with a flashlight, what are they going to do? They're going to sound like a bitch if they're whining about that. Unless it's this flashlight. So anyways, what I'm going to do is this demo. Take actually one step back and pretend that you are a bad guy with a handgun and you're pointing it at my head. So this is a big problem when I would teach military and law enforcement. They don't know how to use a flashlight properly. So a lot of times they're kind of target fixated and they're looking at the gun and they're shining the flashlight at him, but they're not really like shining it right in his eyes. And of all of our senses, our eyes are really the strongest. That's why a lot of martial arts saying there's like, if you take the eye, you take the body. Pepper spray, you want to hit him in the eyes. If you take the eyes out of the fight, it's pretty nasty. So I'm going to move around, and I want you to keep your fingers pointed at me.
At your head?
Yeah, keep it pointed at my head. So if I move, you're able to trace me. So just by being smart with this flashlight, if I shine him in the eyes, he can't even see me.
Not even close.
So when we would do advanced training, when we're coming in rooms, we'd have our flashlights out, we'd keep it away from our body, and we'd strobe and move around the whole room. And this is why I wanted the lights to be off for a second, because you guys get acclimated to it. I'm going to blind everyone for a second just so you can see what this is like. So imagine someone's trying to get in your face, start a fight, you're in a bar or something, and they can't see you. And this one's really cool too, because it has a strobe feature, which is even more fucked up. Lights on? So I remember when I was working at my gun range, this one guy, Ken Good, came in. He works for the company Surefire. If you guys have ever seen those weapon-mounted lights on the AR-15s and on the shotguns and all that, that's Surefire. That's like the best stuff. The shotgun light I have is like $500, $600 just for the light. But it's a special light. It's really bright, really powerful. This is an LED, so no bulb to burn out. It runs off the 3-volt lithiums, which are the camera batteries. So they have a 10-year shelf life. So this light is like my oh shit light. I keep it next to the bed. I maybe keep it in my pocket if I'm out. Keep one in my car. You guys saw me with my bag earlier with my iPad bag. I keep one of these in it, and I'll usually put a knife on the other side. But again, you go out with a flashlight, no one's going to think anything of it. This one's nice and small. I actually have another one that's even smaller that I carry too, but I wanted you guys to see this one. It's, like I said, small, easy to carry. No one's going to freak out if you have this. I'll keep it in my back pocket. I had it out last night with me. And then all you got to do is if I'm going somewhere where they're like going to maybe look for things, I'll just untuck it and put it in my pocket and go, oh yeah, it's a flashlight. And people just think it's like a little mini mag light or something. Even with the lights on, you can see how bright it is. It's pretty awesome. But that's why I wanted you guys to get used to it, because at nighttime, it doesn't just get dark instantly. People get used to the darkness. They're in the bar for an hour or two. You know how it is when you get up in the middle of the night to go piss, and you flip on the light, especially if you've been drinking or something, you flip on the light, and you're like, oh, man, like it fucking hurts. So imagine being able to do that whenever you want. Some of these lights, like I said, are pretty expensive. I really like this one. It's a Streamlight ProTac 2L. The other one is a 1L. That's usually the one I carry. It's just the 3-volt version. This is the 6-volt version. These retail for like 60, 70 bucks. So they went from being, a couple years ago when I was teaching this full time, to 300 for some of the ones I have, to now 50, 60 bucks. The place I used to work at too back in the day is called Arizona Tactical. And what I'm going to try to do with them is if any of the guys are here, want to order the stuff, just Google Arizona Tactical. And it's arizonatactical.com, and you guys can call them up and just say, hey, Steve Bravo, he showed us the flashlights, a small black LED one, and they said they'd try to give you guys a discount on it. I don't know for everyone who's watching this video years from now, I don't know if it's going to work for you guys, but for everyone in the near future, they said they'd try to hook you up. Just as something cool to do. Like, I don't get anything back from that. So 80% of shootings occur in low light. Some people have seen those flashlights that go on the guns, that mount on the bottom. Those are nice, but the problem is if I hear a noise, maybe I don't want to cover that with my muzzle yet. Maybe I'm not justified in pointing my gun at it yet. So instead of pointing my gun at everything and then I turn out it's like a kid or something in the house or some kid in your backyard and now I got my fucking gun on them, I could go out with my flashlight and be ready if I need to. And also they're blinding, they don't see anything. And like I said, when we were doing training, you'd keep it away from your body and they would actually shoot at the flashlight because they can't see you. Like right here, if he couldn't even see me, he couldn't fight. So you could just blast someone. I had some homeless guy come up to me one night acting really squirrely, getting up in my face, wanted some money, was drunk on something. And I was like, dude, I don't want to, like, stay away from me. He's like, give me something, kept getting close. And I zapped him in the eyes with this, and he whipped his head back so fast that he stumbled and almost fell over just from that. And they're like, what the fuck was that? He's freaking out, just from fucking shining a flashlight in his eyes. So, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when police officers do stops, they always kick on their high beams in the spotlight, and they blind you. They're doing that on purpose. They walk up, they shine the flashlight in your eyes right away, or they shine it at like a white piece of paper or something. It backlights you. Same thing. They're trying to fuck up your eyes on purpose, so that way if they have to get in a fight with you, they're already at an advantage. The other thing we used to teach was how to create a wall of light. So if all these headlights are on, eventually I'm going to have to cross this light, and I'm going to get backlit like this picture. See how you can totally see my silhouette if you're shooting at it? Well, if this is getting shined in your eyes, even if I'm backlit, you can't see me. Actually, for that picture, I had to hold it down because it was too powerful. It was too bright for that picture. So they would actually stop, create a wall of light with their headlights, their searchlights, and all that. Well, then as they're walking in front, they get their handhelds out, blind you, and then they can get right up on your car, and you don't even know they're there because it's white light until they're right on top of you. But like I said, something that you can carry with you all the time. Isn't going to draw any weird looks. You can't get in trouble for blinding someone for a second with it, a flashlight. So, knives are fun. I love them. I got lots. This is one of the ones I was carrying for a while. I'll show you guys some. It's called a karambit, and they do all these moves with it where you twirl it. Instead of like a ballet song knife where you flip it around, which really is like, back in the day they used to try to flip it and hit someone's hand, like kind of disarm them or something with it. This is actually cool because if I'm trying to like reach someone and I can't make contact with it, I gotta be careful I don't cut the screen. But you gotta reach out, you can't cut them, I can actually extend it, and now I can make contact with it. You can also twirl it around and actually get 2 cuts with 1 move. Because it's curved, it's designed where it will puncture, and everything that gets caught in there as it cuts out, it'll sever. Any predator's teeth and fangs are shaped like this for a reason. So I'm a big fan of this knife. It's called a karambit. I'll talk more about that maybe on the break or something. I didn't want to start doing knife training and stuff on the video. But I'm a big fan of knives. But obviously, for defending myself, I don't want to get up close and fight with someone. And all it takes is one lucky shot and I can be knocked unconscious. I'd obviously always want to have space and have a firearm because that's going to be the best weapon. So creating space, use a superior weapon. If I could use a shotgun, if I knew I was going to get in a gunfight, I'd want a sniper rifle. I want to be as far away as possible, as safe as possible, never let them see me. If I had to be a little closer and someone's coming at me with a knife or a handgun, I'd want my shotgun or a rifle. If it's even closer, maybe a handgun, I didn't have enough time to prepare. I always want to get into something with the best weapon I have. But you always have to balance that out. You don't want to be in level orange all the time when you go out and you can't relax. That was one of my problems. I could never relax. I was always the guy at the bar or the restaurant with my friends. Let's see if I can do it now without laughing. But I was always the guy that they're like, what's wrong? Why are you so angry? And I was like, I'm fine. So it's hard for me to do now without even laughing. I had to teach myself how to do it. I was really bad. I had like a stone face all the time. But it was because of all this training that I did. And when I got divorced, I was like, man, I got to learn how to relax and actually act normal. And so I don't go out carrying a gun with 3 mags and all that stuff. And I never did that. But there's people that do it and they take it that far. So you really have to balance this out with your life. Are you going to go out always with 3 guns and 4 knives and all that stuff? If I was going to war, how many guns would I carry? Guess. Number. Throw it out there. 3? I'd carry as many as I can. As many as I can effectively carry and utilize. That's what I'd carry. Knives, weapons, all that stuff. As many as I can. But if I'm just going to like Target, I was going to say Walmart, but I don't go to Walmart. I go to Target. So if you want to be a little fancier and go to Target, I don't want to go out there with like 5, 6 guns because I don't want my life. You finally got it, Target? That's what we used to say in LA. Actually, man, Target in LA and Hollywood, that was like the hottest girls. You'd see celebrities and stuff. That was one of the best places to see them too. But you got to balance out your life with all this stuff. Now, I don't have like crazy shit all in my house, but I definitely have access to a weapon in the bathroom, in the living room, at my desk or something. Because if someone kicks in that door all of a sudden, I don't want to have to then run and try to get something. I always just want to be around something. If I'm in my car, I always have something around on me. I always have something. So, but if you guys look at me, I look like just a normal dude. And